Hey y'all, it's the country girl Laka here. I just wanted to okay, so we all know that there was this new K-pop group. Well, I'm not gonna do that. They call themselves K-pop, fine, whatever. So they're a new K-pop group named Kaachi. It's really creating a stir and an uproar. The group is made by Front Row, I guess, entertainment company. Miss Monica Lee heads it up. There are 4 members, and I have my notes here. So I'm Nicole, who is from, well, she's Spanish, and then Kasu Chan. Don't get me started. That baby real name Ruth. Yes, I looked it up. Her real name Ruth, so I'm gonna just call her Ruth. Chanso, I think that's how you say it. I hope I'm not pooping this up, because I remember I ain't been to lunch. Well, it's been a minute because I've been doing some other research. So yeah, Chanso, I think is her name. She is center. She is also I guess she's Filipino and Spanish. Don't get me lying. It just say she her mother is Filipino. So there's that. We got Danny, who is British. She is the rapper. I'm gonna keep it moving. And Coco, who is the dancer. Now, Coco is from Seoul. She is South Korean. Coco is the newest member. Like, they had KG, who was also a Korean girl first. And then they had Miso, who was there before Coco, who's actual, well, I don't know if they went back and re-recorded it, but from what I saw from their pre-debut stuff, the one that's singing the majority of the parts in the song was Miso. And to my understanding, and from just the sound, because I ain't really just listened to it like a ton of times, but I watched everything that they have on their channel trying to understand what's going on. And Miso is the one that's singing most of the lyrics. Yeah, so there's that. But she's no longer in the group. Like, I don't understand. Anyway, so my whole thing is, I don't want to say that they're not K-pop. They're definitely, like, as far as the visuals and the way the MV looked and the way that their dancing looked and vocals, they are not what most fans consider K-pop. They just aren't. You know, they don't have the sound, the synchronicity in the dance movements is not there. The vocals and the rapping both could use some work. I'm not trying to like shit on the girls or anything, but like, it's just not up to par. Nothing is up to par. Like, even the way the MV was shot, it looked really low budget, so nothing was, god damn. So nothing was really up to par as far as all that goes. The girls are cute girls. I think they're really cute girls. I think they do have potential, but I feel like Miss Monica rushed it because she wanted to be the first European K-pop girl group, when really we would have appreciated more than them being first. Hey, go. We would have appreciated quality content a whole lot better had they took their time and maybe trained for another year before they came out, before they debut, because it's clear that they are not ready. Like, if you look, and I know people are gonna be like, don't compare it to blah 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 blah, but at the same time, you also really have, like, there's a certain standard for rookie groups when they come out. And like, if you look at see, and you look at Cherry Bullet, and you look at Everglow, like there is a certain amount of polish with the whole overall view, like the MV, the dancing, the visuals, the way it's shot, the way it's edited. Like there is, you know, a certain amount of continuity and polish put on every aspect of those Gigi's debut songs. Even if they were lighthearted or what have you, they still had a certain amount of polish on them that looked like it took time, and it looked like they had rehearsed to perfection until they had made these moves their own, but also still in perfect synchronicity with the rest of the group. So, I mean, Kaachi is just missing that. They missed the mark with this. They should have let the girls, you know, train for another year, because they're clearly not where they need to be in order to be debuting. My thing, I don't care what, like, I'm not Korean, so I really can't speak on that aspect if it's appropriation or not. But from my experience and the way I feel about it, I don't care if you're not Korean and you're a K-pop idol. Like, if you've trained and you've learned the culture and you're good, like your music is good, your choreo is good, everything that you put out like is to perfection, then I don't have a problem with it. But my problem with this is just simply that it's not a finished product. That's my thing. Like, you can't send out half-ass finished products and expecting to get like really good criticism. Even if you do send out a perfect product, you probably still gonna get some bad, you know, some criticism anyway. But you send out a half-ass finished, a half-ass ready project and expect for it to do good. That's not how it's gonna work. You're gonna get crap talk, like point blank and period. And that's exactly what's happening now. As far as some of the scandals that they had prior to debut, I don't know nothing about that. They ain't got nothing to do with me, and I don't care outside of the fact that, damn, I could have swore I muted that. That if you gonna talk shit about somebody's dancing, your dancing best to be like on a 12 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? You better, like, your dancing better be up there. It better be up there. And this was not, and I was so disappointed, because I would have liked to think that if you're gonna debut a Gigi, that everything is, you know, is ready and everything is right and it's the way it's supposed to be. But with this was so disappointing, because how are you, I mean, to a certain extent, I feel like if this is their idea of K-pop, then if this does make it and make it out of this particular one debut, like, they're gonna cheapen the whole experience, because this almost feels like, oh, I hate to say it because I don't want to shade the girls and I don't want to like blow them, but at the same time, it feels like a ripoff. Like, it's so cheaply done and clumsily done that it just, like, it just don't fit into K-pop. Like, it's almost like a low budget YouTube video. Like a low budget YouTube skit. That's what it looks like. That's what it feels like. It's very, very cheaply done. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but yeah, it just don't really seem as professional as it should. Like, if these girls have trained for the amount of time needed, which I know they haven't, because it's evident in the vocals and in the dancing that they haven't trained the way they needed to. And even if they had to do a MV like very cheaply, had the vocals been there and the performance and stage presence, that everybody being in sync, had that been there, had those things been there, it's quite possible that they would have been received better. Like, I'm really not trying to shit on the girls, but it's just because it's not their fault that they were pushed to do something before they were really ready, or maybe they thought they were ready. I don't know, like, but there really needs to be somebody there outside of just the few that are there working on it to be like, hey, this don't look good. Y'all need some constructive criticism, and they need team members to be like, hey, this don't look as polished as this, so we need to work on it until we get it there. Like, I saw my kid just showed me a video of a little experiment or a little project for the group that did the song Popsicle, and like, those girls hadn't trained at very long at all, but they were together. Their choreography was on point and it was polished. I also looked at another new European company, Union Wave. They're, what did they say, Sweden? Don't get me in line where they from, but they in Switzerland, I think. Switzerland? I think that's where it is. Don't get me in line though, because I'll tell a lie in a minute. But yeah, they're also a European company, and I watched, they did a cover of Psycho about a month ago, and it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't quite as good as Red Velvet, but it wasn't bad, to say the very least. They also have, one of the members has a cover of atleast, I Will Go To You Like the First Snow. It was not bad. Like, her vocals, her vocals sound very steady. There was maybe one little part where it seemed like she was straining a little bit to sing, but other than that, it was really good. Like, I'm not even mad about it, you know? So I feel like if people are going to make companies, and if they're going to be K-pop groups and such from other countries, they're gonna have to, like, put the polish on. There is no way that they can, you know, put this type of stuff out for the masses and expect K-pop fans to just accept it if it doesn't have the polish. Like, it has to have the polish. It has to be a well-oiled machine. The group has to be a well-oiled machine. They have to, like, just aesthetically, everything has to be on time. Because you already finna be fighting an uphill battle simply because, you know, some K-pop fans are really weird. So just because some people aren't Korean, it's already gonna be a problem, and it's gonna be an issue as it is, you know. So if you're going to do it, you have to be on point. It can't be none of this type of stuff right here that they just came out with. And I hate that they done it, and I hate that the girls are getting so much hate and the company is getting so much hate for it. But hopefully they can turn this into a lesson, refine, you know, stage stuff, vocals, you know, get everything, you know, popping the way that it's supposed to be popping, so that the next time that they come out, everything looks the way that it's supposed to look. That's just the way I feel about it. I can't necessarily say if it's appropriation or not, since the woman behind this is Korean and this is what she wanted to do. So, like, I can't sit up here and say, oh, well, this is appropriation, because I don't necessarily feel that way. You know, if the person behind it, or the person that's putting all this on, you know, this is her baby. Do I like how all this is going? No, I don't. I don't really think that this was appropriate at the moment, and I definitely don't think that they did a really good job with execution. I feel like the execution was quite horrid in this case. Hopefully it'll get better though. Because like it just has to. It just has to. But if you like this video, comment and subscribe. If you don't like it, I don't care. You can dislike it. You can leave comments, but just know that my block game is strong. You will get blocked fooling with me. Alright, it's the Country Girl Laka signing out. Peace.